I'm Miranda, and this is my poem, which is called The Undertakers Are Here. 6 a.m, and the ticking of the kitchen clock is strident in its echo, and chimes of the milk bottles, rinsed clean and lined up as sentinels on the windowsill. The light is reflected off them and throws prisms onto the wall. Clara is swaddled in her late husband's bathrobe. It hangs loosely on her and is drenched in his aftershave. The scent permeates every corner of every room as she drifts rudderless. Grief takes many forms, and hers has assumed the shape of Frank. The children have whispered and decided there is no harm in it. If it gives her comfort for now, so be it. Later that morning, they will wash the robe, and later still, pack it up with his other artefacts to find their way onto the backs of the less fortunate. His smell will be as gone as he is. They dread her tears, but are agreed to be cool, to be kind. They will distract her, they chorus, with day trips, high tea in a posh hotel, and a little holiday perhaps. But all that is for the future. Today, she must be propped up, everything got through, and her suffering worn as a badge of honour. 8 a.m, and the girls have arrived with their bags of funeral wares, with hats and lacy veils, dresses, shoes, coats and lipsticks. Clara is old school. She has decreed that black is the only colour today. Who knows, she says, where navy blue or dark grey will lead. The girls make tea for Mammy and the men, and chivvy her along. Offer the bathrobe and into the bath. Have a good soak, Mammy. And the robe is picked up while her back is turned. It is consigned to the washing machine, and there and then programmed into sterility. Clara will weep bitterly that night, alone in her bed, when she discovers the last vestige of Frank has been unethically cleansed. Clara is dressed by her daughters. One has makeup in her hands and, against Clara's protest, insist, "Just a touch of powder and lipstick, Mammy, you look so deathly white." The other girls are shocked into silence by such ill-chosen words and turn as one on the culprit. Ferocious daggers are stabbing through their eyes, and then they return to the business in hand. Clara is buffed and polished and then stationed in the front parlour to await the cortege. Now it is the girls' turn to change their clothes and apply their lipstick. They jockey for position in front of the bathroom mirror and adjust the seams on their stockings and take their turn with the clothes brush. Demarcation lines have been drawn. The girls take up their watch with Clara in the front parlour, and their brothers are in the back room. The eldest two have never got on, and now circle each other like rival dogs. Finally, Frank Jr. and firstborn holds out his hand to his brother. and they shake on a half-hearted truce over the coffin, and then thrust their hands deep inside the pockets of their good suits, hidden deeper than the open secret of Jono's orientation. They are mindful of the other male child, sitting speechless and staring. This last-born and unexpected gift is unequal to his first grapple with mortality. He cannot make sense of the long box on the trestles, and they cannot help him either. But for now, they attempt an armistice. Hatred, after all, is always renewable, especially when it has been saved up and added to over the years. 10 a.m. and Clara has been unable to settle. She picks up and examines the ornaments on the mantelpiece and replaces them carefully, and then scans the bookshelves for something to say. She notes the hang of the curtains. Later that week, she will balance precariously on the step-ladder to take them down. The world has divided into before and after, and dusty curtains do not fit into the new order. But now she twitches at the offending material and brushes her daughter away like bothersome flies, buzzing her with their cups of tea and plates of toast. It is Frank Jr. who does the right thing. He is head of the house now, and is not slow to step into those shoes. He comes into the room bearing a half glass of brandy. Drink this, and it is not a request. She swallows as much as she can. They both know that John's days in his childhood home are numbered, and exhausted, she concedes her defeat. Ola, she of the unfortunate phrase, has taken up her station at the windowsill, still licking her wounds. She has seen the approach of the cars and informs the room the Undertakers are here. 10:30 a.m. and the kitchen clock ticks unheard in the empty house. In the church, they sit like a row of ravens in the front pews. In the kitchen, the cat who has refused to eat all week resumes her watch on the windowsill, still hopeful of seeing a face which will never come back.